What's up, everybody? I hit the wrong button, believe it or not. I was too busy headbanging. Yes, I'm going to talk into this all night long. I got my new mic arm today, and I had the wrong adapter. So it's showing up tomorrow. Anyways, how is everybody going today? Sorry, I just knocked everything over on my desk because I was jamming out too hard. How's everybody going tonight? Oh boy, I tell you, of course it wouldn't be a first official stream if there wasn't some hiccups along the way. So let me just gently move that out of the way for now, since I don't need it. The perils of metal. It is true. It is damn true. So yeah, let's get down to it here. Let's see here. Howdy, Molotov. Fortnite, Mike. One Pouch, Deku. Let's see who else we got here. Shy Guy, Super Spike, 3M 5000, Forgivens, Darth, JJ, Hankin, Basement Boy, Bender, EFX in the house, cause and effect. Say my name. What is going on, everybody? How is everything rolling tonight? It has been a Thursday. Yes, it is Thursday. Yes. Just been kind of doing the thing today here. If we're not the COJ during Tony's streams, are we the riders on the Grif? We're this. I mean, we be whatever we want to be. This is my show. But no, we're all still the COJ, right? Sometimes the fourth Monday of the week is the roughest. It's true. We had, I don't know if anybody, some folks might be familiar, but we had gotten our windows installed, new windows in the entire house back the end of November, and it was a disaster. And I won't say who the company is for the time being. We're just waiting to see if they start making things right. And then if they don't, then I'll just besmirch their name across 3M. Don't you worry, we're going to talk about that for sure. Oh no, Dave's fried. I don't think he's joining us tonight. And anyway, so they had to come out today and take stock of what needed to be. Basically, they're going to have to replace 4 of the windows that they put in. So there's that. And wifey hurt her back. Yes, Shaggy. Mint inbox will be at King County for all 3 shows, as far as I know. I'll for sure be at one of them. Whether or not I'll be working in any of them, I'm not entirely sure yet what the plan is. Because basically he doesn't have secondary stock, so he's going to have to essentially empty the store for the most part and bring it with him. So we guess we could have the store open, but I don't know if it'll work out, because my hat feels super crooked today for some reason. Anyways, so it's been that, and then my youngest has just been super Miss Sassy Pants, and so it's Thursday. Anyways, let's talk about the elephant in the room. 3M brought that up already. Holy moly! I'm not gonna say anything. You guys can go ahead and chit chat amongst yourselves in the chat about what was in the lawsuit, but holy moly. Thank you, Molotov. The stuff that is in the lawsuit is gross. And at this point in time, there can't be any protection. They have got, they have got, somebody has to get in some serious trouble. And like, a lot of people are saying that's why Stephanie walked away when she did, because she knew all this was coming. And I mean, I guess Linda had an idea of what was going on, and I'm Molotov. I'm sure it was just everywhere today. But we know Vince McMahon. Um, um, yeah. Well, John Laurinaitis is 100%. I mean, he's named in there, and so is Vince. There's a person. What's up, Jamie Lynn? There's a person who wasn't directly named, but basically people were able to point the fingers and figure out that it was Brock Lesnar. Yeah, there's a bunch of it's SA, if we know what the abbreviations are. There was some HT. But yeah, it's just, it's not good. And oh yeah, no, yeah, I mean, that's the rumor is that Brock was this person who they were trying to re-sign, and Vince started showing pictures, and then Brock apparently you walked into the the Vince McMahon lawsuit that was dropped today. Yeah, I mean, it's like 60 or 70 pages, and you can it's everywhere. You can read it. And it's terrible stuff. And I hope that Vince finally gets what's coming to him. But yeah, no, I definitely yeah, I'd be okay with letting Bret Hart have another go at him for sure. But yeah, it's not good. And I mean, I can't imagine. We're talking a little bit of wrestling. We're gonna get this right out of the way, Mitch. Welcome, by the way. And they really. I'm wondering how the market's going to react tomorrow for TKO. I wonder what The Rock thinks now that he just joined the board of directors. I guarantee you, says tomorrow we're going to find out that Vince has completely been removed from the company. Holy moly. Everything, my phone just like exploded. You know what, 3M, I'm sure Triple H probably knew what was going on. They probably all did. Yeah, I mean, can you change the name though? I mean, at this point, I don't know if you can. Well, Crimson, he's been doing it for a long time, but I'm thinking it's finally caught up to him. What up, Jay? But yeah, it's just, it's a horrible thing. And yeah, it'll be really interesting to see what the fallout will be tomorrow. Just in, it does, Mitch. It definitely does. There's a lot of like messed up stuff that's happened for sure. Yeah, Jamie Lynn, I'm right there with you. It's definitely kind of like oof, I mean, it's like the Hulk Hogan thing. But like I'll always preface this like, um I don't like Terry Borello. I can't remember how to pronounce his last name. But I like Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was a hero, obviously, when I was a kid. Um, and I'm able to separate the fact that Hulk Hogan is not Terry, and Terry is not a probably great person. Um, But yeah, I mean, has he done good things? Sure. Has he done bad things? Undoubtedly. Um, and this is like the same thing with CM Punk. I like CM Punk. I don't like Phil Brooks. Um, yes, Mitch. That's yeah. But I mean, and it. And I'm not like defending it by any means, but there was probably a certain amount of back and forth back in the day. I mean, one can point out the promo that Booker T and Harlem Heat did. Booker T dropped a word on live TV that he was for sure thought he was going to get fired for. And you know what? I'm sure that's how Booker T and Hogan probably talk to each other. Not to say that it's appropriate or right, but that's probably how it was. And things like that. And it's we definitely live in a different time than we did back then. And again, not to say that back then that it was appropriate, but yeah, it's crazy. What else did we see? Obviously I'm not gonna show any pictures. I'm not gonna get descriptive about it, but did anybody see the picture that popped up today of Ryan Reynolds from the set of Deadpool 3? It's gonna be interesting. That it's leading more and more leading more and more to several so well, there was that one. E-Man, if you want, I'll send you the picture. It's not like super spoilery or anything like that, but it makes you go, oh, okay. I see what you're doing here. So yes, what we got here. This is a great comment there, Mitch. It is true. I mean, you look at cartoons from when we were a kid, you look at movies, you look at comic books, and there's all sorts of are we going to live stream to watch Dave Wonder as he grades papers? Probably not. I think Dave's probably going to go to sleep here. But yeah, I do think it is a big it's a good thing to obviously learn from your mistakes and try and be better, do better. One of my mottos is if you do good, good comes back to you, and that's all I can say. But yes, as Mike and Chav said, well said, Mitch. I couldn't agree more. Let's see, toy du jour. I've been fortunate. The heroes I've met, like Mark Hamill and Kevin Smith, are absolute gems. I mean, I've met a lot of people, and I can't really say that any of them that I've ever met have ever been. It's been a bad. I wasn't like walking away from it going, what was that? But then again, it doesn't mean that some of these people that I've met haven't had things come up or people have said things, and I mean, by no means again am I defending anything, but there are people who try to take advantage of situations too, and will come out and just be like, oh well, this happened, and that's where things start to get slippery, and that's why I don't like the court of public opinion. I don't think that they should be in charge of somebody's livelihood. I think it should boil down to a true old-fashioned court of law, if it's serious, obviously. But if it was something that somebody said in passing or this or that, and the person who said it can legitimately apologize and move forward and grow from it, that shouldn't ruin their career. you know, but that's just me. I just don't think it's fair for somebody to have made a mistake that they can't learn and adapt from and become a better person for it. You know, like again, I was a huge back when the whole thing happened with James Gunn being fired. Like I thought that was terrible because James Gunn was talking about another director. Like he wasn't like making a comment like it was himself. He was literally talking about the director that directed Powder and how he was a pedophile and how he was still working in the industry, you know, and like people turned it around and where it was like James Gunn, oh, he's this and that, da, da, da. And I was like, no, that's not you. Stop the context stuff. But let's see here, but this is true. I mean, it doesn't absolve him of the things that he's done, but again, he's not a you know, like people make mistakes, but that doesn't mean that they're inherently bad people. You know, obviously Hogan could have just not done anything and just been like, but he, you know, he saved somebody. Um, you know, and it's just yeah. Let's see here. Who else? There has to be a difference between actor, comic artist, and others, and the person themselves. I mean, you know, I think that that's anybody. You know, I mean, you know, some people they they portray themselves as being one way and then behind a closed door they're another way or whatever the case is. And you know, it definitely like it'll you know, or it'll roll down um you know, if they're not going to be better, then that pattern will show its ugly head again, and then you'll just be like, well, there's, you know, you obviously didn't learn from the first time this happened. You know, so let's see here. And this too, and again, yes, within reason. Um, it is important to give people a chance to learn and improve. I definitely. Um, Why, thank you, good sir. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, there's this too, but that's any rich person. They're always going to try and flex and. I am going long on crypto. Talking about good people, Danhausen, great dude, got himself over, great with the fans, taking care of his buddies, and never heard a bad thing about this guy. Shaggy, I couldn't agree more. I mean, when I met him, uh, him and Ethan Page were just so nice. They were both real humble dudes. I will say this, though, it will absolutely fry your brain to watch Danhausen the minute he goes click and turns the camera on, he's like, yeah. And then as soon as it's off, he's like, so anyways, and it's just like, yeah, don't do that. It's one way or the other, man. It's like I can't process. I can't separate Donovan Danhausen from Danhausen, especially when you're wearing the face paint. It's freaky. But yeah, super nice dude, super awesome. And again, this is true too. It is. I mean, like, you know, I always ask people, I'm like, would you rather live in and being oblivious to the things that have happened, or would you rather know and have it like wreck something? Because you know, like the guy that made Earthworm Jim and the guy that made Ren and Stimpy and all that type of stuff, you know, like, you know, are you not allowed to still like that stuff simply because of what that person did or said? I mean, I guess that's up to each person. I mean, I'm in the boat of, well, I didn't even know who that person was by name, and if you would have shown me a picture and asked me who it was, I would have been like, the hell, I don't know who that is. So, I mean, I think you know, it's okay. If you know, to an extent, Obviously, like if you find out that somebody's scary gross or something like that, maybe it's probably best. I don't know. Yes, it does. Yes, pay no attention to the Donovan behind the curtain. Yeah, see, and Darth, again, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, and we don't have to get into it. I have no idea what you're talking about. You know, and it's not to say that does that make me a bad person because I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, it's just one of those things. Would I want my kid around them? No. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. No, I know who he is. I just don't know what he did. Um oh, Fortnite, 100%. Yeah. I mean, like, if the guy who created Ren and Stimpy came out and was like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna be like, nah, I ain't gonna bother. Um, but yeah, I don't think that there's, it's worth it to continuously. Okay. Gotcha. Makes sense then. Makes sense. Um, I'll be completely honest with you. I try to stay away from the news as much as possible because it just, but anyways, um, let's lighten things up a little bit. It's been kind of real, I guess, for the last 25 minutes here. So we'll lighten things up. Now, I did not get a chance to watch any of the new Masters of the Universe today. Let's see here. What did Mitch have to say? Precisely, Fortnite. As I tell all my friends, the actions of career doesn't invalidate your feelings for a work. It's just important to be honest with yourself if you can still support a property. And I can agree with that 100%. Right? And they're really, really lovely figures. Although Fio we'll just leave it at that. Let's see here. Setting up some action figure shots. Oh, I'm 2 episodes in. Love the direction they're going. Let's see. Planning to watch tomorrow. From what I read review-wise, it's amazing. To put into a comic toy perspective, who's the real person? Bruce Wayne or Batman? This is true. This is true. I can't see those Metal Slug figures without thinking those pics 5K took down. Currently on episode 3. I like it so far. Then again, this is Revelations, where my first real dives into the franchise. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. It's a great place to start. I guess I've looked at it as a spiritual successor to the original series, but I'm not gonna lie, man, the original series is kind of rough to watch these days. Um, I really liked the 2000X stuff. Um, so it'll be interesting to see where they go. I think it's kind of important to even read the stuff. Is it Boom Studios or IDW? I can't remember who's doing the new Masters of the Universe comic, but I think it's important that you read those. Um, Especially though there's one that it just kind of follows the sorceress and Zodak, and it's very interesting because the that comic kind of ties in the whole toy line. It kind of makes things make a little bit more sense. So it'll be interesting. Um, mm, I've never had Vegemite, and to be honest, right? If if you just have it on some toast and it's kind of like salted buttery toast, then I guess it wouldn't be terrible. Um, oh yeah, bro. No, I don't think there's any way you could eat a spoonful of that stuff. Even people who like Vegemite, like it's the amount of sodium in a spoonful of that stuff would just make your face go. I don't know, man. I don't know where they're going now, especially with Seth being hurt. And there's the rumors that they might make the Rumble be, um, the whoever wins the Rumble gets the Seth's belt. I don't know where they're gonna go. I mean, it's either gonna be Punk, Cody, um, Gunther, um, and that's really all I can honestly think of at this point in time. Yeah, see, I mean, I'd try it. I'm never not going to try certain things. That's right. Thank you, Mike. It is Dark Horse. Lots of butter melt off, but correct on the thin part. Well, yeah, I can't imagine that you would want to like really get some. Which Skeletron. I was like skeleton. Really? Is it? It's just the figures though, right? It's not the whole thing, right? The whole ship. Yeah, no. I know. I've got the Gwildor and Orko 2-pack in my pile of loot right now. I can't wait. Did you see that one of the new figures leaked today of a certain someone? Looks like a cool figure. Hypothetically. Just, yeah, see, I don't know if Jinder, I don't know what they're doing with him right now. Oh. I'm now a diehard Lego minifigure collector. Yeah. It's unfortunate though that I wish they would. I mean, I love the blind box thing, but there's a part of me that just kind of wishes that they would just put out packs of minifigures. Gotcha. The Skeletron guys are actually from Minnesota. They're down in Rochester. I got to meet them a couple years ago. It's thick, so it would linger. Oh yeah, man. There's nothing wrong with those. Those figures they did some great ones for sure. Like the World War Hulk one. Scar was a good one. A lot of the big ones were my favorite ones. Like they did Juggernaut, plus they did the Colossus Juggernaut, which was cool too. Yeah, I don't. There's a ton of them that are really really cool. Death's Head was another one of my favorite ones. I wish we'd get a proper Marvel Legend of that one. Well, thank you. It's not always going to be this way. There will probably be some people who will pop on from time to time, and I'll have guests, and we'll have specific things that we'll talk about. But you know, I don't mind going solo because then that gives me a chance to talk with you guys and talk about what you want to talk about. Because again, I'm a talker. I can go and go and go. But yeah. Yeah, well, I'll definitely be doing some things like this, and again, just kind of hit on some of the other, few different things that maybe we don't talk about, like on Dave's streams and stuff like that. So, yeah, there was something else that was that I saw today. Let me see, see if maybe I can find a picture real quick, like do. Let me see real quick. It's like a bajillion things going on in my thing here. Oh. These guys are really cool. I'm definitely going to have to get that Green Ranger because it's the superpower beatdown suit, which is epic. Look at that. How cool is that? Yeah. Definitely going to hop on that one. Oh, yes. I saw this earlier and I forgot to mention it. Yeah. I forgot to come back around to it. These guys are freaking sweet. What is it? This one here. Oh man, that's so cool. With those really, really cool, like I'm guessing the claws are articulated. And then there was this one too, which is it's even bigger one. Yeah, look at that. He's got a minigun for an arm. Ugh. Very, very, very cool. I also saw this and I was like, I kind of want it. I kind of want a rubber duck Mickey. It's very cool. Let me see. Where's the picture? Oh. I don't remember. Somebody posted this and I stole it from your story, and I'm sorry, I don't remember who it was now off the top of my head. But those are really cool. Oh yeah, this was cool too. Saw this custom. And somebody took the Chris O'Donnell Robin figure and made it the way it should have been. Ah, there you go, Hankin. I was like, I knew it was somebody in here. Let's see. There are some other pictures. I don't remember. Yeah. Anyways. Jeez Louise. Blowing my stuff up. Yeah, let's see here. All right, let me back that up here. Yeah, I could agree with that. I'd like to see them. But here's the thing. I don't think they need to actually, well, they kind of, some of them they would need to. I was gonna say they don't need to really they could just do separate heads, because I don't know. I don't have it over here. But so Mattel back when they were doing the Club Eternia or whatever it was, they had they put out 2000X head packs and stuff like that, and I was like, that was brilliant. But again, they made the figures this scale, and then they were still kind of that beefy body. So then you have the 2000X Buzz Off head on there, and he was obviously a lot slender in the show, so it kind of didn't really look right. But yeah, yep. I have a feeling that they're probably going to just jump into regular old Warhammer at some point in time. I would not be surprised. Right? I used to do 3 3/4, and then I got way out of it, and I can't. I do a little bit because I've got some of the vehicles and stuff. I've got. Excuse me. I have the Boba Fett's ship. I have the N1 starfighter for Mando. I don't know if I have any other ones, but you know, so I've got like Fennec and Boba Fett and stuff to put in the ship, and we got a few other figures, but yeah, they're cool. Oh, I didn't think it was an actual model. I thought it had like the body frame that was its own piece, and then you had to just pop the armor on and stuff. But yeah, yeah, I don't have time for models. That's my problem. So I haven't heard anything. But that'd be really cool. I always want more IDW stuff. Ooh. Yeah, I wish I could justify that now. Yeah, so I think the rubber duck one is a completely different because the frog, the fish, because there's a shark too. Those are actual models because I've looked into those. Those are, I'm sorry, folks, my ears just like itches really bad. Those ones were actual models. I think this one's bigger. I think it's about this big, and I think those frog ones are about that big. So I don't know. I could probably give this a little bit of a turn. If you see right there, there's Captain America Falcon. His wings go behind everybody. Yeah, it's really cool. Me too. And apparently I have started people on an addiction around here. So I am sorry, not sorry. That's right. That's right. Prisoners with chops. Could be model cake kids. And that's true too. Because I think like what is it? Oh yes. You like that there, boss man? For the Emperor. Um for the Emperor. Yes. Yes. Influencer. Give me toys. Joy toy. Um Yeah, the model kit I think does get tossed around a little bit. I think anything that you have to put together, they call it a Black Series hasn't given us a Boba from the book of Boba Fett yet. I'm pretty sure they did. Let me see real quickly. So we got, yeah. That's the throne room version there. I think the only thing that they haven't done is they haven't done the non-baggy pants version yet. Yeah. Because they did that one, and then they did this one because I think that's the Mandalorian version. That was really weird. I don't know. But they have done. They did them in the. They did the one in the vintage collection. Yeah. I like the MC Hammer Pants version, anyways. So, but that's just me. Yeah, they just need to make a back to tank. I think that'd be really kind of cool. But then I guess they'd have to put out a whole bunch of half naked figures to put in there. And I don't know if anybody wants to deal with that. Yeah. Let me see here. What else? There was something else I was going to talk about, and now I can't remember. Just gonna fettuccine. Yes, fettuccine. I was talking the Star Wars Falcon for the movie. I guess I was talking the Star Wars Falcon for the movie. I don't know what you're talking about, Shav. You have to. we'd all buy diaper Luke, yeah, for sure. Fettuccine. We'd all buy diaper Luke. Has anybody seen a possible like physical release date or potential streaming release date yet for Godzilla -1? I still haven't seen it yet, and I really, really, really want to. Oh, yeah. Oh, I have seen that 1/6 scale Millennium Falcon. You would need to park it in your garage. It's enormous. I've also seen at one point in time they were going to release just the cockpit as a display thing, and it was like that round, man. It was like this wide. It was just huge. I think you could put like 6 figures in there or something. It was. Should be this weekend. It hit mine out today. Planning on hitting the afternoon showing. Oh, yeah. No, I did. Self checkout. That's awesome. I like that. I'm glad that you remember that. That's fantastic. So you're saying it should be releasing in streaming or physical copies this weekend? I just don't ever have time to go out to a movie. I'm sure once it's a physical copy or it's streaming, I'm sure they'll have it dubbed. Yeah, no, I knew that it was hitting theaters again. Oh, yeah, that's right. They did too. That's right. That's who that was. I thought it was Hot Toys for some reason. Or maybe Hot Toys was going to do one too. I don't know. There's so much stuff all the time. But yeah, yeah, those the Flame Toys stuff is really cool. I have the Windblade model and I've had it for like ever and I've never put it together. I just don't have the time. I also have a King Kong model that I bought from Skull Island, and I had no idea when I bought it that because it was like a snap together one, but it wasn't painted. So I'm like, all right, cool. This will just sit here, never put together because I won't be able to paint it. But yeah, their stuff looks really cool. I love all their designs and everything like that. The Flame Toy stuff is like right on par, like with 3-0. So with at least with their Transformers and stuff like that. Godzilla -1 will not, in fact, be morbid. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I rewatched Morbius the other day, and if it wasn't called Morbius, it'd be a good movie. If it didn't tie into anything, if it was just a crazy vampire-ish movie, it would be a good movie. The graphics were pretty cool. I wish Sony would stop. Like, did anybody ask for a Madam Web movie? I mean, it'd be cool if Madam Web would have showed up in a Spider-Man movie, but I don't think we needed an entire movie. I don't think Craven needed an entire movie, nor did Morbius. Venom, he needed his own movie franchise for sure. Darth, if you watch it for Matt Smith. Yeah, if only I knew someone who painted things. That guy's got so much stuff to paint as it is. Well, Mike, it's not even that. I will not lie. I absolutely loved his take on the Joker in the nightmare scene. I think if they wouldn't have tried to make him like a gangster drug lord guy in the Suicide Squad, it would have been so much better. And here's the thing. Again, here's coming from a guy who's got tattoos. He did not need to have a tattoo across his forehead. And nor did I think he really needed them on his hand. I like the concept of him putting his hand over his mouth. But again, I'll give you my little headcanon. I don't even think Jared Leto's Joker was supposed to be the real Joker. I have a feeling he was Jason Todd. And I have a feeling because obviously Ben Affleck's Batman didn't really have any problems killing people. I think Ben Affleck's Batman killed the real Joker. That's my thought process on it. And then I think he killed him because Batman thought Joker killed Jason Todd. Jason Todd ended up just beat to hell. That's why his teeth are smashed out. Ended up in like Arkham because he had amnesia. But that's where Harley found him and basically brainwashed him into thinking he was the Joker. That's just my headcanon. But he was awesome in the nightmare scene. That is probably hands down my all-time favorite Batman Joker interaction in live action anything. I loved it. But that's just me. I just thought it was awesome. Let's see here. You're right. Villains and supporting characters don't need their own movies. I don't have a problem if they were like, because here's the thing: is I guarantee you they're trying to set it up to make some sort of Sinister Six movie, and I'm like, but how is that going to work if you're going to use Morbius, who wasn't really a villain, if you're going to use Venom, who wasn't really a villain, Craven, who I'm assuming isn't really going to be a villain, Vulture, who I'm assuming will be in it, who wasn't really a villain. A lot of these guys, and it's just like all of a sudden they're just going to all be bad guys and go after Spider-Man. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah. And I just think it's just weird because I don't know. It's just weird. It would be big. It would be real big. Again, I think you would need to park it in a garage. Nick, you're right. I love Godzilla 98. I love Zilla. I love the design. I love that movie. But he wasn't Godzilla for sure. I again will just stick with the Toho headcanon that he was just another monster. Let's see here. What did I miss? What did I miss? Yeah. Let's see here. How's the Joker ever going to get a job now? I love tattoos. I have tattoos. Tattoos are great. Joker should not have tattoos. It feels wrong for the character. And it does. And that's why, again, I'm content with thinking that that wasn't really the Joker. If he's a Joker too, I'm more okay with it. Yeah. It was later revealed that the Robin that Harley killed was Dick Grayson. See, there you go. But that was Harley. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, dude. I'm sure you can look it up on YouTube and just type in like Justice League Nightmare Scene, and it's cool because they took the tattoo off of him. I think he still has a little tattoo here or whatever, but he's still got the weird teeth and his face is all jacked up. He's got longer hair. He's wearing a straight jacket with a bulletproof vest over the top of it with about 15 or 20 different like badges and stuff. And he's wearing a crown of thorns and wearing big yellow rubber gloves. And it's just crazy. I love it. Well, according to not in the movie, he had the regular fangs, and that was the hand sucker thing was only in the cartoon because they couldn't have people biting them. The person who played Captain Cold, my favorite Flash villain in both the Flash and Legends. Oh yeah, Wentworth Miller, he's fantastic. I absolutely loved him. Prison Break was awesome. If you haven't watched that, by the way. Which is crazy because that's the same place where Dominic Parcell, the guy who plays Heatwave, right? Heatwave, yeah. Rory, his partner, they're in it. They play brothers. It's crazy. You know what? I mean, I guess, but it's like, who? I just, because now apparently, and this is just rumors, people are thinking because of the Venom 3 logo showing up, they're certain that they're going to have toxin in the movie. And I'm like, well, yeah, I know that they kind of set that up in the last one, but it's like, I don't know if I can agree with that. DC has made some colossally bad decisions. I will say I was surprised. I haven't watched it straight through, but from the bits and pieces that I've seen, again, I liked Aquaman too. But there's a lot that they've done that I'm just like, nah. Like honestly, I don't know how this next Joker movie is gonna be. The first one was good, but again, it's another one of those situations. If you didn't call it Joker, I think it would just be a better movie than trying to like shoehorn a connection to the world of Batman in there, but have there really not be any, and then have him not even really be the Joker. It's a good movie. It was very well made. Everything about it was awesome. I wouldn't say he's the Joker though. But that's just me. He is. Sam Rockwell is coming back for Armor Wars. So we do know that. Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool. I'd be all for it. This is also true. What up, Goji? Um, there's probably been a lot of things. Goji, you can. Grif is totally fine. Tony, I've been called much worse things, so I'm cool with whatever, man. This is true. Yeah, he didn't drink blood, he drank plasma. Yes, these are awesome. Love those. It does everything right that the first Suicide Squad movie did badly. I mean, I, I really, really, really want to see. Um, I really want to see David Ayer's cut. If he says it is what it is, I want to see it bad. I really do. 1,000,000%. Your Joker literally does not exist without Batman. Literally. I cannot agree more. I loved it. Well, Jamie Lynn, that's actually what they're going to do. The Batman, Joker. There's another one coming too, I think, that's going to have the Elseworlds. And I mean, that's fine, but I mean, I guess just as a whole, like 3M said, Joker doesn't exist without Batman. Joker doesn't have any purpose without Batman. Joker as a standalone character doesn't really make a ton of sense. And this is just my opinion. Because I mean, you look at even the Dark Knight, right? When he's like, you and me are destined to do this forever, like even then, when even at that point, when that Joker was still a huge stretch from the original Joker. But there was still just it was done in a way that made it make more sense in a grounded way, in a non-comic booky way. Because again, I'll straight up say this: Ben Affleck is the best comic book version of Batman we've ever gotten in a movie. Christian Bale and Robert Pattinson are both really great real world Batmans, where Christian is like 100% real world and Robert is like 90% real world because they kind of do a little bit of like the noir type stuff. Um, um, so that I mean that's just kind of like where well, yeah, oh yeah, there you go. Another perfect example. Lex has no purpose without Superman. I mean, if Superman never came around, I'm sure that Lex would just be this dude who's doing his thing. He'd corporate takeovers. He'd probably still not be a real great guy, but he just became obsessed with Superman and obsessed with Superman's powers. Let me see here. Yeah, there you go. Because cold powers are cool powers. Exactly. I mean, like you couldn't even put the spider on the front of them and have it make sense because the spider logo came from Spider-Man seeing Julie Carpenter wearing her suit, so he mimicked it. The symbiote mimicked it because Spider-Man was like, "That's really cool." So that's where that whole thing came from. That's why he's just got white veins and stuff. And I was assuming that in the third movie, like somehow they were going to tie Spider-Man into it, and he was going to make the logo because he's seen him on TV or eventually meets them or whatever. Yeah. There you go. Exactly. And that's just my whole thing is yeah, just um Nick, I just kind of thought he was Heath Ledger. He was trying too hard to be Heath Ledger. Um, he kind of had the same voice and some of the same mannerisms and stuff. I think they just messed him up more. Like he patchy hair and his face looked twice as jacked, and I don't know. I mean, for the little that we saw, I mean, I guess it's cool him being kind of like a Hannibal Lecter like type character. Yeah, I don't know. Uh, Jamie Lynn, I couldn't agree with you more. Ben Affleck has been my favorite Batman. And I'm not like bashing on any of them other ones because The Dark Knight is still one of my favorite movies ever. Um, I love the Batman and Batman Returns. I love Batman Forever. Not so much Batman and Robin, but I still has its moments for me. Um, and Robert Pattinson, it was a good movie, but again, it was too it's too grounded. I see Robert Pattinson like if Mr. Freeze is in the next movie, hypothetically speaking. I don't think he would be Victor Freeze, the scientist trying to save his wife. I think he would be a serial killer who puts his victims inside of a freezer. Or if Clayface was in it, he wouldn't be a monster made out of clay. After he would be a serial killer who after he killed his victims, he would put clay on their face and sculpt new faces on them. That's kind of what I feel like Robert Pattinson's his world would be. It would still wouldn't be comic booky enough for me. That's just, again, I that's my thought process on. What up, Tim? Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, no, and they really shouldn't have tried to shoehorn him in. Hankin, I mean, who knows? It could be. Well, I mean, unless they release it, we'll never know. Unfortunately, just you'll never know. I'm glad there's not a connection there. Exactly. Exactly. I mean, it would literally be like doing a Green Lantern movie without Sinestro, or um um let's see what else do I got? Spider-Man without Green Goblin. You couldn't just make a Green Goblin movie. Wouldn't make any sense. It's just it's everything. It's back and forth for anything. And so I mean I can see that, but at the same time, he's still he's still only going after Batman and his and the Batman family. Like, like Harley, I mean Harley wasn't I think it was easier to disassociate Harley from it because she was associated to Joker, not Batman. So when she finally got fed up with Joker treating her the way he did, it was easier for her to walk away, and then to join Batman would be the ultimate slap in Joker's face. But I mean, you just look, then all of a sudden here comes Punchline. Just somebody to replace Harley at Joker's side, basically. Let's see here. So, I mean, I've heard that. I've also heard that he's a military vet, um, who just kind of went bonkers. Hence the reason why he knew how to use a rocket launcher and he could use all these other guns and make explosives and stuff like that. And then that's how he ended up. That's how he really got the scars, and it could all be that way. Distract Batman all the while. That's right. He was. He was. uh, hot take. There's been no bad Batman casting, just very bad written parts. This is true. Um, My least favorite Batman is Val Kilmer. I think my favorite Bruce Wayne is George Clooney. Just simply because I feel like he kind of just sort of embodies Bruce Wayne, but that's just me. Is Shazam, Wonder Woman, Blue Beetle, Black Adam was okay. Both the Aquaman movies were great. I really loved the Suicide Squad. I mean, there's definitely been some good ones, but there's been some really bad ones too. I agree with you. I agree. All right, Mike. Have a good one. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. There you go. There's another one. And another one, exactly. Dr. Doom and Reed Richards have to be the 100% the exact opposite of each other. And that's true too. And that's why, like, when the new movies, when they roll around and they start bringing these guys in, I don't want Doom, because they've done it twice now. I don't want Doom to have powers. Doom doesn't have powers. Doom has technology and he has magic. That's what he needs to do. Plain and simple. They have not yet. That, at least that I know of. But I cannot wait, because personally, I think Peacemaker is the best thing that DC's done. Just gonna say it. Hankin, I agree with that too. They did really. There was a lot of dark, dank, to a lot of their movies at first, and I think as they lightened them up a little bit, it was they get better. Yeah. I don't personally, I don't have a problem with that. And I think we have enough time between now and the time Secret Wars come out that they can establish Doom as the next big threat. I think they can do it if they really sit down and figure it out. Because here's the thing, I'm so anti what they're potentially planning on doing with the Fantastic Four. It's not even funny. I do not want the Fantastic Four to be from the 60s and then have them be time displaced. I don't want that. I do not want that. We did that with Captain America already. We did all the jokes of the man at a time. I don't want Johnny running around going, "Gee willikers, Ben." I don't need any of that crap. I'm over the time displaced stuff. No more. The most time displaced I want them to be, and I'll give you my head canon, and you guys can tell me what you think. Here's my head canon. I'm sure I've said it once before, but I'm going to say it again. Reed and Sue work at Pimtech underneath Darren Cross back in the 90s. Darren has them working on the Pym particles off the books. Something happens one night, and obviously Ben and Johnny are there too. And just like the beacon from Quantumania, they do something, and the four of them get sucked in. Okay? But now that we're seeing supposedly that Pedro Pascal is going to be Reed, he's obviously going to be older, whatever. I guess they I don't know. If I'll just run through it and then I can work out the finer details. So they go into the quantum realm. We know that you can get powers from being in the quantum realm. Maybe they end up in a different part of the quantum realm, or the realm under the quantum realm, which is the negative zone or something. They're gone from the 90s until whatever, it's like, what, 2030 something in the MCU now. They're gone all that time. So they're gone for like 50 years, right? Or something like that. But they've only been in their timeline, they've only been gone for like a month. So they come back and everything else, everything's changed. The Thanos stuff has happened, the Eternals, whatever, the Celestial, all this crazy stuff has happened, right? And they're like, damn. Well, Doom, I think before this even happens, they could establish a little backstory that Doom and Reed went to high school or college together or whatever, and that was where the accident happened and Doom left and he held a grudge and and ended up becoming the dictator or whatever of Latveria. But he's using magic. That's how whoever they cast to play Doom could still be young at this point in time. He hasn't aged necessarily those 50 years because he's been using magic. And that's how you can do all this crazy stuff and explain where they've been and whatever. But I don't want it to be from the 60s. I don't need to have it be all wonky donkey like that. I really don't want to do all the jokes all over again. But that's just me. Let's see here. But once you use Doom as a multiversal threat, it kind of ruins them for smaller stories afterwards. Yes and no, because just like in the comics, the Secret War 2, he was given those abilities by was it the Molecule Man or whatever, and the Beyonder or whatever. So like, if he just stops being a multiversal, I mean, it'd be no different than Thanos, right? Like Thanos was only a multiversal or universal threat because he had the infinite gauntlet. If you would have taken it off of him, he was still just a dude, and he wouldn't be a problem getting his ass handed to him by the Avengers. But it's trying to place Doom in there properly and make it make sense is where it's gonna, like, again, they should have Thanos'd Doom several movies ago. They could have just had somebody at the end of a movie as a stinger. They could have had somebody running through a hallway in a castle somewhere, open up a door, they walk in, there's a high back chair in front of a fireplace, and the guy runs up and he's like, my liege, everything is happening as you foreseen. And then you just boom, hand down, gauntlet on the edge of the hand, and then just look over the shoulder and that's it. Didn't have to cast anybody. You just have it there. You acknowledge that Doom exists, and boom. They could have done that like 8 movies ago and never even mentioned him again. And everybody just been like, what the hell's going on with Doom? Where's Doom? And you just kind of build that. They need to start doing more of that, the sprinkling of the stuff in it, like they were in phase 1. Like when Hawkeye showed up and Black Widow showed up and this and that, and just these little things. They don't do that anymore. Or if they do it ass backwards. Like when Blade showed up. Everybody was like, who was that? And then the director literally had to spoon feed it to us and be like, oh, that was Blade. Well, why didn't you have him show up? Because his costume wasn't ready yet. Do you think Blade only wears one thing? You couldn't have put him in a black t-shirt and a black leather trench coat and just said, here's some sunglasses, bro. Go out there and do your thing. And people have been like, oh my God, it's Blade. People would have freaked out. Like, why the hell didn't they do that? I don't know. That's a really good question. I mean, they could do that. But they could do that. They could just have Thanos come back as a alternate version of Thanos where the snap worked. And he's just going to do it in this universe now. I mean, that's the problem with the multiverse thing. So that's why they need to hurry up and wrap this up. So, yeah, no, I agree. And again, I mean, I liked Echo. I really did, but was it really necessary? I mean, did we really need a whole show about Echo? I mean, especially if she's not really going to show up and be anything, Well, so no, but that's different though, because that's a period movie, right? So all the stuff that happened then happened in that timeline. What I'm understanding is that the Fantastic Four are going to be from the 60s, but they're going to get pulled into present time. It's not like they're just going to stay in the 60s and that's where their story takes place. I've understood is that they're going to be, and then we're literally going to have all these. I don't know what you're talking about. What is this stuff? What are these things? You know, um, you just that type of stuff, and I don't want to do that all again. That's my whole thing. Yeah, this is also true, but I mean, you could just we know, I mean, but we've seen the 3 Spider-Mans and they're all different. So just, I mean, you could just recast Kang. I mean, that was one of the rumors I was hearing anyways, was that the Kang that we saw in Quantum Mania was going to end up becoming the Beyonder. So they were gonna mess up the Beyonder storyline anyways. And it was, but Goji, you have to remember that um Captain America, First Avenger, Iron Man 1 and Thor 1 and the Incredible Hulk weren't made by Marvel. They were made by different companies, So I mean, that's why we got 4 very different films. And it wasn't until after that, basically, it was maybe even Iron Man 2, before we actually had the real MCU. But it balanced that with stakes and heart. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I hope they fix this. I hope they figure it out, because it's going to be really weird to try to explain where these characters have been this entire time. But that's just me. I'm sorry. Okay. I should have went to school for filmmaking, apparently. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I hope it does. I think he'd be awesome, but they need to hurry up and do whatever it is they're gonna do. Oh yeah. So from what I understand is Deadpool 3 is the catalyst for basically everything that's going to happen after that, and between that and Secret Wars. It's basically starting the Secret Wars. So yeah, me neither. What up, bro? so Echo as a character, right about the time the New Avengers started, it was a big thing because at one point she was actually Ronin. All sorts of crazy stuff has happened, and most recently she had actually been the most recent bearer of the Phoenix. So she was running around and she had the Phoenix Force. I mean, they've made her quite important, but the problem is again, they've changed the character, because whatever she's got going on for powers ain't what she has in the comics, man. She's just a badass in the comics, like Hawkeye and Daredevil and Elektra, but again, in the comics, um, she's also deaf in the comics, but she is not. She does not have a missing leg in the comics. I'm almost 99.9% sure she doesn't. But yeah, I mean, I would say that she has a significant role in the comics, at least. But that's the problem is I don't know how they're going to make unless I mean, I got to assume she's going to show up in Daredevil Born Again. And I'm really happy to hear that. Yes, you're right, 3M. She does. She has photographic whatever it's called. She can copy, mimic people's fighting styles and stuff like that. That's right. But I just don't know, like, again, she was like a Madam Web type character. Why did she need a show all of her own? You know, it wasn't bad. I just don't know if it was needed, you know. I mean, yeah, I do. I think it's the smartest move. But I think they can also put him on the back burner too, you know, and just they could potentially use him in a few years as well. And you're right, and I have a feeling that when the Secret Wars happens, it's gonna be a combination of secret. We're not gonna talk about the second one, which was the Black Ops Secret War, where they fought whoever was running Latveria at the time. They basically had a Avengers Black Ops team. That's not included. But the original Secret Wars and the most recent one, they're going to create Battle World, because we obviously know about the incursions and stuff like that. And that was basically what was going on with the other one. And that's the whole thing where the only Earths that were left were the 616 universe and the Ultimate Universe, and they were starting to collide. And that's now, like, in the books, that's why there's the Ultimate Universe is back, because the Maker escaped. And if you don't know, the Maker is an evil version of Reed Richards from the Ultimate Universe, and he remade the Ultimate Universe in his image and all these crazy things. But that's, I think, is what's going to happen. And then we're going to end up with Battle World, basically. And that's why we're going to have all these other variants. We're going to see all the characters from previous movies. I keep telling everybody, just remember, they have made it official that every single thing that's ever come out from Marvel in anything, it's all canon. It's just different universes. So the original Howard the Duck movie is part of the MCU. The original Dolph Lundgren Punisher movie and Thomas Jane Punisher movie and Ray Stevens Punisher movie are all canon. They're just different universes. Same thing with David Hasselhoff as Nick Fury, MCU, but different universe. So any of these people who've ever played any of these characters, Wesley Snipes, Nicolas Cage, the list keeps going. They can show up in this. And don't be surprised if they do. If you thought that there was a lot of people in the portals scene in Endgame, I have a feeling it's going to be like 5 to 7 times the amount of people. I mean, there's going to be this war that's going to happen in this movie, and it's just going to be bonkers. Not a problem, Elliot. Thanks for joining in, though. That's right, Secret War. That's right, yeah. But yeah, you know what I was getting at. Morning. But see, Darth, he'll probably show up in Secret Wars. I can almost guarantee it. Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm so ready for Doom. Yeah, it's something weird. I can't remember what her name is. I love Sherlock Holmes. I'm still pissed that we never got in Endgame, or not in Infinity War, when they're on Titan. Like, there's no reason that Doctor Strange and Iron Man shouldn't have been arguing about something, and then literally had Star-Lord go, "No shit, Sherlock," and then have them both turn and look at the camera, at the audience, but they're really just turning to look at him and just kind of go, huge missed opportunity. Huge missed opportunity. I have no idea how they're going to make that make sense. Sentry his story is so convoluted anyways. It'll be interesting to see what they do, but I can almost guarantee he ain't gonna make it past the end of that movie. Yeah, man, it's probably close enough. Hello. Okay. We have confirmation. Yeah, I mean they're gonna show up in droves. I mean, it's gonna be crazy. Oh, yeah. Just turns his lips into a big horn. um was that a it was a cartoon, right? I feel like I know what you're talking about. That would be really cool too. Hot Toys made a figure. It's dope. I feel like this is kind of like it was what was the um was it God, was it Cleopatra? What was the one with the the gal from Firefly, right? I think that was her. It was like the three gals. And it took place in the future. It was like a 90s show. There you go. Yes. Yes. I did I do like this show. That was a good show. Off subject. And it ran Dr. Mordred, which is oh, I can only imagine how redonkulous that was. What is oh. A Lost in Time story. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where they go. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Um Man, talk about another show that like I know that they made Serenity, but ugh, that was a show that needed to just go on and on and on and on and on forever. And unfortunately, it is not. Ugh. Well, I suppose we're at that hour and a half mark here. Um, Let me see here real quick. Um, yes, yes, I don't have it. So, sorry, I don't have the clip. No kitties tonight. I will make sure Dave tosses that in so that we can do that once in a while. But I am going to hit the hay here because it is like 10:30 my time. And yes, 3 cats, not 1, not 2, but 3 cats. Yes, of course. Ask a question real quick. Of course. Shoot, Elliot. Ooh. No. No, 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 no. Oh no. Oh no. How the hell did I do that? Oh, Elliot, I am so sorry. I will fix this. I promise you. Oh shit. I will fix this, Elliot. I accidentally just banned Elliot. I will make sure that I fix this here. Let me figure this out. I might have to holler at Dave. Oh no. Elliot, if you're watching, I am so sorry. I will fix this, I promise. I might, if I don't stop clicking on stuff, I might just accidentally delete everything. Let me just do this here. I'm going to take a picture real quick so I don't forget. Oh no, I'm so sorry, Elliot. I'm so sorry. Oh man, I gotta figure this out now so I'm sorry, Elliot. Don't hate me. It is not what happens. It is not what happens when you ask too many questions. Oh, it's not even like that. I don't know if I kicked him off the stream or if I oh shit. No, I feel so bad now. Oh, all right. I'm gonna figure this out for Elliot. I feel so bad. I'll make sure we get you on banned. I am so sorry. No, stop it. I am not flexing. Oh, okay. I have to fix this now. So, with that being said, oh boy, I don't know what's going on here. Okay. I have to fix things. Elliot, I don't know if you're still watching. If you are, I am sorry. I will get this fixed. I will get you unbanned. I don't know. It's like you can only ban, no unban. So I will get this fixed. I am sorry. Send a message. I don't know if you can private message on YouTube or anything. I don't know. Just we'll figure it out. I promise. But again, with that being said, thank you. Thank you. Stop it. It's not unlimited. No, it's not. I am not mad with power. Stop it. I have not asked for any of this. Oh, Jesus. Oh, nobody's ever going to. That's right. That's why Billy's not here. Okay. Again, thank you for everybody for showing up tonight and talking with me in chat. And then no. All right. Start off with booting Dave off yesterday. I didn't even watch any He-Man. Okay. I got to make sure that when I do this from now on, I Tony banned Robo and Cincy. Now we know the truth. I just have to make sure I keep the mouse, the cursor to the left side of the bubbles and not the right side. Because I don't even honestly that was ridiculous. So again, thank you everybody. You know what time it is? It is time to do the headbanging. Peace out. Elliot, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Elliot. I will fix this. I promise you. I will fix this. I did not mean. All right, here. Let me show you. Real quick here. I'm gonna take a picture of what this thing looks like. So, okay, real quick here. So when you see this here, right? Well, I had the cursor on this side, and I didn't realize that I clicked the 3 buttons there, and then it just boom, immediately like banned you, and I was like, "What?" And then I tried to click on your name, and it wouldn't let me. it, it wouldn't let me do it on here. So I'm sure Dave can probably go into his account on YouTube, and he's back. And you're next. I'm glad that it made your night. He's using duplicate accounts. Ban him. Uh, okay. Well, I'm glad that that's new show Doom Riffs next Thursday. Oh, Grif tries to take a picture, accidentally bans him again. Yeah. Change my name to Darth Thin Ice, I guess. Just when you thought he was gone. Jesus, I get more comments now. Now that Elliot's back. Dark Source God of War 86 to Assault or the other variant. You getting them? Is that let me look it up real quick. Dark Source God of War. Oh. Let me see here. God of War 86. Let's see what that one is. I probably won't get that one because the one that I have almost looks exactly like that one. It's real cool. Any of those any of the Joy Toy mechs they're really cool. They all remind me of Titanfall mechs for the most part. Oh. Well. Start a GoFundMe for Elliot. Free Elliot! Grif Gold, the new cryptocurrency you can buy in for $10.99. Order 66 Grift. We appreciate you too, Elliot. I'm so sorry. F in the chat for Elliot. Free Elliot. I'll make sure we get this sorted out. I'll have Dave do it. I don't know. I just push buttons and bad things happen apparently. So, but yeah. Anyways, back to the headbanging.